My name is Eric, and I love cameras. I'm a cinematographer and filmmaker out of Seattle, Washington area, and I've got all kinds of cameras back here behind me. Also got a ton over here to the right. I'm going to show you the camera I'm shooting this video on right now. I have two of these guys for live events. It's an ENG, or electronic news gathering camera. Great zoom, focus, all those things, professional audio. So these are awesome for most things. They, however, are not as cinematic as you would want for filmmaking, let's say. You could do a documentary, but if you want to get into filmmaking, you want that cinematic depth of field, really creamy, delicious might be a weird word, delicious looking video. Most of the world right now is using DSLRs as cinema cameras, which is great. They have a great depth of field, they mirror and mimic what film does, but they're not quite there. There's something about the picture that just seems a little too flimsy to me, or thin, I guess. First up, the pocket cinema camera with a C-mount adapter right here. And C-mount lenses go on things like the digital Bolex here. Now this camera is another one we're comparing. You gotta check this thing out. All the lenses are these awesome smaller lenses. Old cinema glass you can get a lot cheaper than you can get the Micro Four Thirds or any of the bigger framed and bigger sensor lenses. So you just put that lens on this one with the adapter and you have an amazing cinema lens. Thirdly, Canon SL1 with a Sigma art lens, 24mm. These lenses are a dream. So nice. They're about $1,000 a piece, maybe 100 less or so. Really nice glass, as you can see. But this camera, so-so. It's okay. It's a lower level DSLR. This glass definitely makes it look better. Let's take a look at the comparisons. First camera you're going to be seeing in these shots is the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema, followed by the digital Bolex, and then thirdly the Canon. Now there's going to be a Cinegrain LUT lookup table that I apply to the second round. A LUT, or a lookup table, is a filter that we put over a video in order to give it a certain look or style, a lot of times more of a cinematic look. Now, Cinegrain is the company that I've bought some LUTs from. They are awesome. Check out Cinegrain online, they have amazing things, so I'm using one of their LUTs on this video as well. I'll show you the comparison without the LUTs with each camera, and then with the LUTs with a few different shots. Now that you've seen the footage, I'm going to give you a little rundown of what I thought. The Canon, even though this lens is amazing, looked a little cheap as far as a cinema camera would go. Nothing wrong with the lens, just we need a better body than the SL1. You can get by with it if that's what you got. You can make great films, but just a heads up, you're going to want something a little more cinematic if you can for video. Blackmagic was the second runner. I thought the footage looked great with that. Saturated nicely, had a really cinematic feel, soft where it needs to be soft, sharp where it needs to be sharp. My favorite is of course the digital Bolex, and that's because I'm very biased. I love this camera. I got this when they were making them for about 3 years, and it's 2K raw, so you get 12-bit color. With this Canon, 8-bit color. That means 4 more bits. That means 4 more bits in layman's terms and actual mathematical terms. for this guy here, which gives you a lot more color depth. And it's funny because the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera is also 12-bit RAW shooting. However, looking at the blues in the ocean, Bolex beats it by far. This almost looks like an 8-bit when it comes to the water, which is strange. But overall, you're not going to go wrong with the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema for under $1,000 for the body. And this one, they don't make anymore. However, if you're looking to get a little more cinematic feel, you can bump up from the Blackmagic 1080 camera here up to the 4K Mini Ursa or the 4.6K Mini Ursa or the 4.6K Mini Ursa Pro, and even the production camera or cinema camera in between. So many options, or you just jump to a Red if you want to spend like 10 grand and go bite the bullet, but you don't need to go that far yet. There's so many other options. So thanks for watching this first video. I'll have more coming your way soon.